We're talking Danae Jackson's interview and how we allow these men to run over us. But then I started talking about my life, because the parallel is my life. I can't judge her. Everything is everything. Judgment is bad when it goes all the way to the pervasive side, where we're, past videos in this series where I'm wearing this shirt. Don't do the laugh. Anyway, but judgment on the healthy side is where you use it and you look at somebody, and whatever you bump up against, instead of judging it, you use it to grow. And you also reflect back to yourself and say, hey, I'm guilty of that too. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, and reposting videos with your community to help our community grow. I have timed that intro. It's about 8 seconds. Hold on to your horses. You gotta sit through the intro. But I left off the video where I was talking about how I know I have manifested me a new reality. Because in my life, I have lost everything. I lost my condo. My whole life, even as a child, I didn't even have a home. So but I'm not counting that. I think my husband's home, which means he's about to cut my yapping short. But in my adult life, I lost my condo, my mom's death, 4 or 5 times I have been thrust out of my life and having to start all over. And I know that's I'll tell the stories, they'll eventually get told, but I literally either gave everything away, sold, I've never really been a seller, or, threw it away and had to start all over. The only thing I carry from place to place to place is our memories, like pictures and stuff. I don't bring furniture. I don't bring anything. When we moved from our 1-bedroom apartment, because his kids brought us bed bugs. So we had to throw everything away when we moved out of that 1-bedroom apartment. Because, Lord, and them motherfuckers ate my ass up. They didn't buy nobody else in the house, but I dropped my pants in front of my boss because I was like, are these bed bug bites? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, something's eating me alive. I didn't even know bed bugs existed till this motherfucker brought them to me. The damn kids, and I know that was on purpose. How you gonna have bed bugs and just go over your daddy's house with bags and shit like, we're here, and it was an accident? But when we moved from the apartment into to the condo, we still, this bed frame was his, so we brought something, but so that one counts too. But when we moved from the condo to the house, we brought our furniture from there to here. So that wasn't a restart. That was an actual move, and that's what you guys are used to. All right, we are talking about how I know I am manifesting a new reality, but we were talking about Danae Jackson. So depending on when I finish this, we're going to hop back on Danae Jackson. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, and reposting videos with your community so we could grow our community. I left off the last video talking about how when we move, and when I have moved in my life, typically everything's gone. So I am starting over. Whole new reality, like life-wise, like house-wise. But when we moved from the condo to over here, we had the big old U-Haul, packed all our stuff up, moved all our stuff over to here. So that was the typical move people are used to. But what I have experienced in my life is a complete loss of everything. Everything is either given away, sold, or thrown away. The only thing that I have carried throughout my life was memories, like pictures and stuff, baby clothes, stuff ain't nobody gonna buy anyway. And every time I have moved, it has been a thrusting situation. So the first time it was the foreclosure, then short selling of my condo, and then it was I lost my job, so I had to get up out my apartment because I couldn't pay my rent. The other time was my mom dying, so now I gotta go. And then the other time was the lady dying. Like, we have lived in 2 separate houses where, dang, God be going to the extreme to keep my ass on path. My mama died, had to move. We moved from Arizona to California to hit reset because my friend's mother over there had a 5-bedroom house and it was just her and my friend. So there's space for us, and she was like a grandmother. So it was like grandma, great grandmother. And we move out there, even though she was really mean to my kids. It was a nice situation. But anyway, not my grandma, but the grandma. But she doesn't have to be. Who's are these goddamn kids in my house? Even though she agreed. She loved my kids and seeing them over the weekend. But she didn't love my kids living with these motherfuckers. Like 2 different things, And I get it. Shit, I gotta live with these motherfuckers and I don't half the time. Anyway, But when we moved in there, 8 weeks after we got there, she died. And I'm not laughing because she died. I'm just laughing that this is the second time in my life. How many people have had to move because of the person that they live with dies? Me, twice. And so every time that I've had to move, it has been like an extreme situation. It hasn't been just like, okay, our lease is up, let's go, let's upgrade, which is what my moves with Dre has been. But my moves on my own have been thrustings. So I have had to start my life over multiple times. And this is how I know I'm manifesting. I didn't know I was manifesting then, but now that I'm aware enough to look and see what's going on and see the similarities between what this thrusting looks similar to those thrustings. All right, for real, I am Danae Jackson. I am going to get to the conclusion today. What's good, John Lonnie Appleton? I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting link with your community so that we can grow our community. All right, Danae Jackson. I was watching her interview and judging her like, dude, this nigga been cheating on you since day one. Why would you accept his proposal? And then I was like, dang, Lonnie, why are you judging her? Because you have been with men who treated you the exact same way that Derek treated her. And had those men proposed to you, you would have said yes. Now I said, no, that's not true, because I've actually been engaged 3 times and my spirit wouldn't let me go through with it. And then I went on this whole tangent about how I've been favored my whole life. And then I went into a whole, you know how you are manifesting because this is what's happening in your life. So we're back on Danae Jackson, Derek Jackson's wife, whole bonnet, a helmet, a salvation type looking. And I realized that she is me, but then I was like, no, I wouldn't have married that individual because my spirit wouldn't let me, because my spirit is like, you are on this earth to walk a specific path. The career I'm supposed to have is one career. The husband I'm supposed to have is a husband I have. The children I'm supposed to have are the children I'm supposed to have. And that is true for everyone. But I'm connected enough to know that. You can't be married to the wrong person if you weren't connected enough to know that. Very much so. There's so many pressures out there for why people choose to marry. So you very may well be married to the wrong person. But I know that I was connected enough to know, because I have been engaged 3 times, but I've only been married once. And so I was connected just enough to know that wasn't it. And now I'm enough in my space to know that had I had success in any of those other arenas, I would have stopped the pursuit of the one thing I'm here to do on this earth, which is what I'm doing right now. This is why I'm here. And it's like, I've known this since I was a child, when I used to wash the dishes in my grandmother, her kitchen faced the wall. And I would pretend that I'm teaching how to wash dishes classes. So when my dad would check my dishes to see if I washed the dishes correctly, I'm standing there like, the fuck? Who the hell washed these dishes? Me. And I just taught a whole fucking video class about how to properly wash dishes. You ain't gonna find nothing wrong with them there dishes. And he never did, because I did my jump. So yes, you can marry the wrong person if you're not being led, and you know when you're being led. The divorce rate is a divorce rate because people are marrying for the wrong reasons, and they know they're marrying for the wrong reasons. You are sitting next to your spouse right